Thank you for joining me for devotions once again. If you missed anything, I want you to go backwards because I want you to know how to be strong and stand for the Lord and honor him. You'll be a happier person, more victorious in things you do. Okay, but you have to be unmoved. What I mean by that is this. I will change anything at any moment. If there's a better way, that is good. Now, if it's something's bad, I'm not changing. But if it's good, if it's better, I'll dump anything I'm doing right at that moment and change how I'm doing things. But when it comes to the Lord, what you believe and what God has done for you and working for him, serving him and honoring him, I want you to be unmoved. So we're talking about how to stand. Look here, stand firm in trials. Listen, trials are going to come. I remember this just miraculous story. I was a college student. God answered this miraculous prayer. I was so excited. I was telling everybody. A godly old man, it was a godly farmer. He was like a dad to me. And he said, Mike, listen, I have something I want to tell you. I said, what? He said, you know, when you're on the mountaintop, I want to warn you. As a Christian, you won't always be there. In fact, the devil's going to do everything he can to drag you down in the valley. So just so you're looking for that. And I want you to remember now what God did for you. Well, not long after, about 2 months after that, something horrible happened. I remember what he said. Well, that's true. See, you got to look at it even keeled, that we're going to be faithful and stand for him in the good times and in the bad times, in the trials, no matter what comes along, illness and sickness and persecution. Look at James 1:12. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial. So steadfast means you just keep it steady. I remember when one of the greatest disasters happened in my life, and I was just really struggling. A godly old man at our church here walked up to me one day, and he put his hands on my shoulder, and he whispered in my ear, your job right now is just to keep the ship steady. I never forgot that. And I thought, if I can't do anything else, but just to stand there at the helm and keep the ship steady, it's okay. But stand. Got to stand. Just stand. Listen, the devil just wants to take you down. Don't give in to him. Be steadfast. Just keep on going. Look, pressure reveals, it never destroys the real you. So when the stress comes along and people start up dirty stories, some of you have been through situations at the job, or it might have been in your marriage, in which somebody accused you of something horrible, and it's not true. I don't believe anything about anyone. I don't care who tells me. The pastors could tell me. Unless they produce the proof, I take it with a grain of salt. Might be true. I don't know. But everybody's innocent until proven guilty, right? Again, I believe in that. Now, but when that happens to you, how you react will show who they are. You got to stand true for the Lord during those periods of time. Look at Romans 5 verse 3. It says, we rejoice in our sufferings. Do you do that? I tell you, every bad thing that happens to you, I want to say, good. No, God's got something good in this. Knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character. Listen, he says through that suffering, through those trials, God will make you strong. He'll make you powerful. Trials don't come to break you, but to prove you. When Joseph was thrown into the pit, remember, it was years he was in jail and bad things happened to him. And he just went on and went on and went on. As I said Sunday, were you ever in a place where you felt like this is never going to end? And this is where my life is. Well, you just praise God. You stand for him. You just stand for him. You put a smile on your face. You praise God in the midst of it, because one day the sun will start shining. God's going to reward you here, and he's going to reward you in heaven. But also, we don't know who you are until you are thrown in the pit. All right, so now I want you to be unmoved and stand for him.